The Trump travel ban on citizens from Muslim-majority nations, was it about religion or national security? Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen was in the courtroom today in Richmond.
Acting Solicitor General Jeffrey Wall argued President Trump's campaign statements and others since January 20 about Muslims and the meaning of his executive orders on immigration carry less legal weight than his near total authority over immigration policy and the purportedly neutral text of the second order.
The president clarified over time that what he was talking about were countries and territories that have known links to groups like ISIS and al-Qaeda.
Judge Pamela Harris, an Obama appointee, challenged Wall on how the order could be considered neutral in its operations when all of the targeted countries are majority Muslim.
What do you mean by neutral in operation? I mean, clearly the law has a disparate impact on Muslims.
Judge James Wynn, another Obama appointee, openly scoffed at the idea that President Trump's statements, especially one during the signing of the first executive order saying we all know what that means, reflected no animus towards Muslims.
There is this affirmative duty to sort of look at if there's bad faith. And to determine in bad faith, don't we get to consider what was actually said here?
Omar Jadwat, representing the American Civil Liberties Union, argued Mr. Trump's prior statements must be considered and that the 6 targeted countries didn't even meet the administration's own tests for national security risk. But Jadwat was forced to admit that it is the president who is entrusted with national security determinations, and Judge Paul Niemeyer, a George H.W. Bush appointee, got Jadwat to admit that absent Mr. Trump's statements, the order might survive constitutionally.
If some other candidate had won the election and issued this executive order that's before us, I gather you would have no problem with that. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor. I think in that case it could be constitutional.
Where the acting Solicitor General was smooth in the face of often hostile questioning, the ACLU lawyer was tentative, halting, rebuked by 3 different judges for failing to answer their questions. Next week, the show goes on the road once more to the 9th Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco. But most analysts believe the final destination for this case is the Supreme Court. Brett?
James Rosen live in Richmond. James, thanks.